Hey guys, Funk Roberts here, and welcome to the first episode of Ask the Funkster, where you ask the questions and I will give you the answers. Yes, this is the first episode, so basically what this podcast and show is going to be about me hooking you guys up with answers to all of your questions, things that you are struggling with, barriers that you guys are facing. I'm going to be here to help you guys get the results you're looking for. So the first episode may be a little bit clunky. You know, we're doing this upstairs outside on my deck. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Toronto, and if this is the first time you're ever tuning in, which it probably will be because it is episode number 1, I'm Funk Roberts. I'm a former professional athlete turned certified personal trainer, certified metabolic conditioning coach, certified MMA conditioning coach. I have an online business, a 7-figure online business. So questions about fitness, questions about nutrition, questions about health, questions about performance and MMA and fighter training, and questions about business, all open. So today, and basically how I'm going to do this, I'm going to answer one question for every episode. So every episode I'm going to have one question, I'm going to answer it, I'm going to read out the question, and I'll give you guys the answer. Just a little premise, I want your questions, so you're going to send me questions to askthefunkster@gmail.com. I love video questions. Those are going to get asked. I'm going to answer those for sure, and any text question as well. So let's get started with our first question that's asked by Mark. And so I'm going to read off this question for you. Mark asks, Mark says, first of all, let me just say thank you for all of your inspiration. I'm a black male, 50 years old, 5'7", 160 pounds, and as you can see, I have a small body frame. I was always a short, skinny kid growing up, even through high school. I never weighed more than 140 pounds until about 10 years ago when I turned 40 years old. I started picking up weight, but unfortunately, it was all in my midsection. So now, I'm stuck with unwanted belly fat. I just recently joined the gym about 2 years ago. I managed to get my body used to working 3 to 4 days a week, but I really haven't seen any difference in the body. But I feel so much better since I work out. Today is Monday, May 15th, and I happened to go on YouTube to just watch some workout videos, just as I always do on a regular basis. But one of your videos came up and I watched you go hard, and I was like, man, this dude is a beast, and I was so inspired. I felt that I needed to write you this email to see if maybe you can give me a program for beginners. I'd really appreciate that. I've also changed my eating ways. I got rid of all the fast food. I try to eat healthy as possible. Now I just need a kickstart workout plan when I can't make it to the gym. I really enjoy just working out at home, so if you can help me, I would really appreciate it. Let me just go with, he goes down by saying, I'll figure this out. Help me figure this out. And I did subscribe to your YouTube page. So once again, thank you so much for all your inspiration and much success. So hopefully you gain that. Basically what Mark is saying, he's 50 years old. He started gaining weight when he was 40. Most of it's belly fat. He definitely goes to the gym right now, but he just hasn't seen the results. And I love this question. This is a perfect question because he breaks down everything. He gives me some history, he gives me the present state, and he gives me where he wants to go. So that's a really good question. And I'm going to answer Mark, I'm going to answer you totally with this question, but I honestly think that a lot of other guys out there are going to have the same struggle, because I even had that struggle myself. So when I was 38, 39, so as I mentioned before, I used to be a professional athlete. So when I was younger, I was in great shape. You know, I was lean, I was muscular, and of course, I was playing a professional sport, so I had to be in great shape. But after I retired when I was 30, you know, I started the 9-to-5 job. I had kids, so, things started to slow down. Even though I got to the gym, I really, wasn't seeing the results I was looking for, because at that time, I actually ballooned up to 215 pounds of what I call male PMS, puffy muscle syndrome. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. So when I was 38, 39, I was really big and puffy. I was still going to the gym, but I really wasn't getting the results I was looking for. I wasn't really getting what I wanted, which was to be lean, no belly fat. Like I always had a belly. Even before when I played pro sports, because I drank a lot. I drank a lot of beer after tournaments. So I always had that little what I call Buddha belly. And so as I'm in my 30s, as I'm 38, 39, I'm already a personal trainer, so I was training other people. But again, I was just you know, had that puffy muscle. And it wasn't until my workout partner said to me one day, hey man, doesn't it frustrate you that you go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week and you go hard, you work out for an hour, you maybe work out, you know, do a little bit of cardio, but you still look the same? He would say to me, look, you're like one of the hardest working guys in the gym and you still look the same. And at first I took offense to it, of course. I mean, you know, I'm like, nah man, come on. You know, I look good, I look great. But then when I got home, I took off my shirt and I really looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, shit, he's totally right. I look exactly the same. In fact, I started getting more and more puffy. I wasn't the lean rip. I always wanted to look like, you know, the guys on the fitness covers. You know, like I always wanted to say, like if someone said to me, hey Funk, we want you to do a shoot, I want it to be like shoot ready, which means I always wanted to see those abs. So I really had to look at myself in the mirror and say, man, like I'm getting older. This is not working, obviously. The style of workouts that I was doing, which was bodybuilding style, you know, bis and tris, back and shoulders, chest, leg day, you know, maybe do a little bit of cardio, but the cardio really isn't really cardio because you're talking to your buddy for like 45 minutes and you're walking or going at a moderate pace, because that's what they tell you in the magazines. So so basically what's happening now is I'm 39 years old and I realize I've got to make a change. I did a lot of research. I look up, you know, I do a lot of research, look at some science, really try to figure out how someone my age, because again, I'm now moving into the 40-year-old stage at this point. I'm 48 right now, but at that time I was turning 40. What's the best way? What's happening to my body? What's happening to us? And like you said, Mark, you said that a lot of this stuff started to happen when you turn 40. And when you turn 40, a lot of things happen, even in our 30s, our mid 30s. You know, our testosterone levels start to decrease. We don't build as muscle as well as we can. You know, we have just life in general slows us down, right? We don't recover as fast as we can. We can't eat the same foods that we used to and think we're going to look the same because our metabolism is slowing down because of different things that we're doing in our life. So we've got to train differently than we're used to training, especially the normal guy. Like, sure, there's 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds that, you know, look amazing and still do the bodybuilding style workouts because those guys are dedicated. They're not just, you know, they've got that lifestyle down pat, they've got the nutrition down pat, and that's something that they're passionate about. They're probably going to stand on or get on stage. But for most of the regular people that have a life, have a job, but understand that we want to build muscle, we want to burn fat, we want to stay lean, we want to get rid of the unwanted belly fat, we want to be able to recover, we want to feel good, we want to have energy. We've got to train differently. And I love a few things you said here, Mark. You said the cool thing here is you realize that, you know, that's when it happened. Like at 40, you kind of went back and like, man, if I think back at 40 years old, this is where this all started to happen, like 10 years. The other cool thing is I like that you're going to the gym right now. Like you already have that. For 2 years, you already created that habit. And the nice thing you said about that is you said that it makes you feel good. So you understand, like when you go to the gym, it makes you feel good. So you understand training, working out is going to help the endorphins. It's going to increase your testosterone. It is going to give you energy. You are going to feel better. So I love that. So you're already, you know, part of the way there. But now it's time to change up the workouts. And so I'm assuming, without you telling me, I'm assuming that you've been going to the gym, probably doing the old school style of workout. That's not really old school, it's more bodybuilding, the traditional bis and tris and breaking that down. But like I said, for us, we need to do things that are gonna increase our testosterone. We need to workouts that are gonna increase our growth hormone. We need workouts that are gonna increase our metabolism, help us to burn fat while we keep that hard-earned muscle. We need to make sure that when we eat and our nutrition, because you did mention that you got rid of the fast food, which again, awesome job, that's perfect. But we really need to dial in on the nutrition part to make sure that we're eating the right foods at the right time to help us with the testosterone, with the muscle building, with the fat burning. And the other thing that you mentioned here was, you mentioned something that struck me. Anyways, okay, so what I wanted to say was here's the thing, when we go to the gym right now, at 40, at 35, at 50, at 60, first of all, let me just say that at 50 years old, you're gonna get in the best shape of your life, okay? when I give you what I'm going to give you, you're going to get in the best shape of your life. It doesn't matter. I'm 48 years old right now, and I'm in the best shape of my life. And I've been training. I used to play a professional sport, and it seems like every year I try to take it up a notch, whether I'm training 2 or 3 days. Like I go to Thailand, I'll train like 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times a day. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying new things and new style of workouts. Of course, I make sure I get my recovery and I do all that other stuff. But as I'm getting older, I feel like I'm getting stronger. I'm better cardio condition. I look better. My wife the other day told me that I'm looking younger. I know this is not about me, but I'm just trying to tell you guys, us guys in our 40s and in our 50s and in our 60s, that we can still get in the best shape of our life. We've still got 20, 30 years to live. So we're not giving up. It's something new. Okay, we're doing something new. So when we go to the gym and do old style training, like bis and tris and back and shoulders, we spend an hour and we just, we'll do 8 reps each, put the weight down, sit down and wait for like 5 minutes. Because that's what I see when I go to the gym. And then get back up and do set number 2. Boom, boom. Wait for 5 minutes, get on your phone, look around. Like there's no intensity there. That's number 1. Number 2 is you're not doing anything intense enough to help you improve your testosterone, right? Because there's one hormone in your body that we 100% never want to see, never want to spike. And when you do these workouts, these bodybuilding style workouts, when you're not a bodybuilder, you don't want to get on stage, or when we go on, we do cardio. Like we say, okay, I'm going to the gym to do cardio today, and then you're sitting around, you're on the treadmill, or God bless, please tell me you don't go on the elliptical. And if you do, get the hell off the elliptical. Any guy right now listening to this, stay off the elliptical machine. Okay, have some respect for yourself. Go out and walk, jog on the treadmill, but stay off those damn ellipticals. They're useless, man. Useless. Okay? Anyways, so when you go on and do your cardio, where you're just jogging, for 45 minutes, the longer you do that, the more cortisol that your body is going to produce. And cortisol is a fat storing hormone, especially around the belly. So the longer your workouts are that aren't intense, the longer your train, like you're running or whatever you're doing for cardio is, and it's not intense, the more cortisol you're storing. And that's huge for guys our age, because that's literally what it seems like. The first place that we store is here, or the man boobs. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we store our fat. So we really have to be strategic. Okay, so that being all said, now you have an understanding of why you're there. So maybe you're like, okay, that totally makes sense, man, because I am doing cardio for 45 minutes, or I am going to the gym and spending like 45 minutes to an hour, just like, okay, I just read this thing in Muscle Fitness this month, let me try this workout. It takes me an hour to do it. I'm not really going intense. I'm not really lifting intensely. So we've got to change all that. And this was the light bulb that went off in my head, was metabolic training. And that is the key for guys our age, 35, 40, 50, 60. We've got to train metabolically, which is high intensity training. And that's what happened to me. When I was 39, I totally changed. I researched, I started implementing different style of training, unconventional style of training, like kettlebells, dumbbells aren't unconventional, but the way I use them was a little bit different than what you would see at the gym. Dumbbells, barbells, body weight, a lot of body weight stuff, TRX, sandbags. You don't have to use all these unconventional style training, but it was the way I trained metabolically. It was the type of workouts I was doing, where I switched from doing rep based to time based, where it was 30 seconds of work followed by 15 seconds rest, one after the other, and then you rest after you've done all the exercises and then repeat. And my workouts were no longer than 30 minutes, so like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, but they were high intensity. I was dying, I was sweating, my muscles were burning, my heart was pounding, and at the end of that workout, I felt absolutely incredible. The endorphins, man, that runner's high was absolutely incredible. So let's change your workouts to a more metabolic style workout. Let's work out where we do time-based workouts and we do shorter workouts. Mark, you don't have to train an hour. And again, you didn't specify whether it was an hour. I'm just kind of you know, kind of generalizing, but you don't have to train long. You can go 6 minutes, you can go 12 minutes, you can go, 18 minutes, 20 minutes, but it's the consistency. And I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tell you that you want to do those metabolic workouts, high intensity workouts where you do 4, 5, 6 exercises, one after the other for time. So you're moving fast. You do them for time. You rest for a short period of time, so not enough time for you to completely recover, but to get back in and give you enough time to actually move on to the next exercise. And then what's going to happen there is you're going to increase your testosterone. It's all proved by science and research, like millions of science and not millions, but there's tons of research and science out there that proves that what the benefits of high intensity training, metabolic training, is to help you burn fat, build muscle at the same time, especially down here. We'll get to that in a second, but we're going to go, time-based. That's going to help with testosterone growth. You're going to help increase your growth hormones. It's going to help keep the cortisol levels down. It's going to help with burning fat, so keeping that metabolism going. It's going to help with your energy levels throughout the day. This is the way to go, Mark. This is absolutely the way to go. And the cool thing is what you said is, I like to work out at home, even though you work out at the gym. One, like I said before, you already have the habit of working out, so that's beautiful, because that's the habit that a lot of people have to start to instill. But we can give you body weight. I would advise you to let's start with body weight, because we're doing something new, right? So I wouldn't start you at a beginner, because you're not a beginner. You've been training for 2 years, so you're not a beginner, but you are a beginner metabolically when we're training this way. So we're going to start you off with body weight. You only need body weight because, again, body weight's, you need to improve your joints strength. You need to increase all the improve and grow all your stabilizer muscles. You need to build muscle. You need to burn fat. So that's what we're gonna start you with, those metabolic workouts, body weight only, so you can do them at home. And I'm going to give you access to my membership site so that you can use my follow along workout academy, which are follow along workouts that you can do with me. So you're literally training with me. You just press play and you work out with me. That way you don't have to worry about everything, because sometimes it gets overwhelming when I'm telling you, hey, you got to train metabolically, but you've never trained metabolically. And in my academy, there's like a bodyweight academy where there's videos, but there's demo videos. So you only get like a quick snippet of the exercise. On my follow along, you don't have to worry about all that. I'm going to show you how to do the exercise, and we're going to do it together. Then we're going to have time, or you don't have to worry about time, any of that stuff. So that's what I'm going to give you access to. Now, the second part of your remedy is nutrition. So you are going to have access to nutrition in the membership site, because I have a nutrition program. But I'm just going to quickly touch base on what nutrition you need to focus on. So right now you said that you eat health. Well, you kind of eat healthy, you're saying, but you got rid of the fast food, which is bravo. That's number one, man. Get rid of the fast foods, get rid of the processed foods, get rid of the packaged foods. Start focusing on real whole foods. Proteins, different sources of lean protein, and vegetables. Vegetables are going to be your best friend. You are going to fall in love with vegetables. You're going to learn how to cook vegetables. You're going to learn how to eat them raw. You're going to learn everything about vegetables. Green vegetables, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, whatever. You're going to learn salads, kale. You're going to learn everything to do with vegetables. Thank you. That's Andy T on the Wheels of Steel, by the way. I forgot to introduce Andy T. He's behind the Wheels of Steel. He'll be part of this podcast. Anyways, so you're going to eat a source of protein with every meal. So make sure you have a source of protein, whether it's actual real protein or whether it's a protein shake that you have, that you make prior. You have to have a source of protein, because protein's a building blocks of the body. Help you build muscle, help you recover faster. So that's key. And also protein has a thermic effect. It's called the thermic effect of protein, which means that your body takes a lot more to metabolize. Like, it has to work to metabolize the protein and digest that protein, which means the metabolism is going. So that's key. The other thing is you're gonna have vegetables with every single meal. Obviously, maybe not breakfast if you eat breakfast, but you're gonna have some vegetables. So make sure that you're always eating vegetables throughout. And then you're gonna eat your carbs around your workout. So you can have a slow digesting carb, maybe an hour before, maybe like a banana with some oatmeal or something, depending on when you work out. But the key is post-workout, where you're gonna have your starchy carb with protein and vegetables. So after you and I work out in the academy, then you're gonna eat, maybe either rice, sweet potato, baked potato, and protein and vegetables. And you're gonna have that after these high intensity workouts that you and I are gonna do online in the membership site. Because what that's gonna do is it's gonna continue to metabolize. So you're not gonna, because what happens is when you don't eat, or you don't eat that carb after you train, basically what's happening is after we train, we're gonna deplete ourselves from the glycogen. Right, glycogen store. So now your body is like it's like a sponge. It's empty. So when you eat carbs, you're going to sop up all the carb, all the glycogen, which means your body's going to continue to burn. You're going to have that protein, so your muscles grow, and you're going to have those vegetables so that you continue to metabolize. So that's why that's important post. And then again, throughout the day, you're gonna have your snacks. You're gonna eat your healthy fats with your protein and your vegetables, and you're gonna have the carbs after a workout. And that's it, man. That's it. But everything, I know I talked a lot. I know I told you a lot, but lucky for you, Marcus, I'm gonna give you access to my membership site, where you have the follow-along workouts, where you have nutrition, and where you have access to everything you need to get in the best shape of your life, my brother. Thank you so much for that question. I hope that answers your question, and I hope that answered a lot of people, because listen, we're getting older and we need to train smart, right? So that's why, for me, it's a metabolic training. Listen, I created a metabolic certification. I created a course, actual course for trainers to get certified for metabolic training. So I've done my research. I've gone through the science. I've done my research, and sorry, someone down there, and I know what I'm talking about, man. I spent a lot of time researching and figuring this out, and not just the science and research behind it, but I'm living proof. I'm 48 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonials of people who've used my workouts over the years to get in the best shape of their life. So, it's not all about science and research. It's all about, the proof in the pudding. Does it work? Is this actually working? All right? So that's it for the first episode. I hope you guys enjoy. I know I talked a lot, but that's the reason why I only want to answer one question, because I think I can educate a lot of people with that one question. And I think that more of you have that same struggle and have those same barriers. And I think that by answering the questions in as lengthy that I do will allow you to pick up nuggets here and there and implement them into what you're doing, because that's what it's all about. You can get all the information, but the key is implementing that information and putting it to work so you get in the best shape of your life. So anyways, if you guys like that, listen, I want to answer your question. So what you're going to do is below you're going to see my email, askthefunkster@gmail.com. What I want you to do is send me an email. Send me your question in email, but I'd rather a video. Shoot a video, tell me your question, and I will put the video on, and then I'll answer the question. I want more video questions than anything. That's what I love. I love to see who you are, see where you're struggling. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, because you are the guys that are stepping up and asking the questions that other people want you to ask. Come on, man. We're doing a podcast here. Anyway, subscribe to this channel. This is the Funkster channel, but you can download these podcasts on iTunes. I'm going to try to get this on iTunes. This is the first one, so this is the very first one of many. I'm going to try to do these as much as possible. I don't know of a time, but I'm going to try to do as much as possible. Listen, it's going to be based on the questions you ask. The more questions you guys ask, the more frequently you ask, the more frequently we can do this, all right? Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Guys, follow me on Instagram, Funk MMA on Instagram, Funk MMA on Facebook, Funk Roberts Fitness on Facebook, Funk MMA on Twitter, funkmma.com.
You're actually Funk Roberts on Instagram.
Oh.
I'll throw it up.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm Funk MMA on Instagram, man.
Well, are you?
Yeah, I'm not Funk Roberts on Instagram. No, Funk MMA on Instagram. Funk MMA on Instagram. And then also, ask those questions, baby. Ask the questions. I'll give you the answers. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Stay positive, stay focused, and get it done. See you next episode.